Is it recording? Yeah, it is. Is it recording? Wait.
Test.
Testes.
Testes, 1, 2,
1,
3.
2, testes. The first time I heard somebody say testes, I almost fell out. That is a funny word.
It is.
So why is it, I haven't even sung the song yet, but I need to know at some point why women's genitalia gets much cooler names.
I don't think it really does. I mean, vagina, like that's
yeah,
not like labia.
No, I guess
pubic
no,
mound.
Right.
I guess we all have pubic mounds. That's the vulva. Vulva is a very that's the word that we're trying to go with our kid.
Oh Lord, it's also a Swedish car, isn't it?
Well, I want her to see the representation in society. Like vulvas can do anything. They can make cars.
Yeah. Hatchbacks.
I don't even know what that means, but it's hysterical.
Isn't there a hatchback? Isn't that a car? Isn't there a car that's a hatchback?
There are many cars that are hatchbacks.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on. Wait, hold on.
Wait, you got to sing.
I have work to do.
Gypsy, you got to sing.
Gypsy? No, not Gypsy. Who's John Bonet? Oh Lord. Okay.
It's not. I don't. You want to bring John Bonet into this?
Me. Upright and fancy. Upright and fancy. Upright and fancy. Upright and fancy. Starring, oh God, I almost forgot that part. Starring
Kira
and Chris. Ooh.
So impressive.
I don't know if impressive is the word.
I am, and I also love that you're just like, you can do all the things alone. Like, I feel like it would just make sense if there was a point where, because it is just a lot of like harmonizing sounds, and I just harmonize at some point, but I'm like, I'm not going to ruin this.
I was thinking in there, people do like this spoken word, like, and fancy. And fancy.
Or something. Freestyle.
Yeah.
That's what this podcast needs.
And fancy. Ooh, fancy.
Maybe we could just do different versions every time. That could be.
Yeah.
Because I have
fully be my Pip, and I would be yours if you want to.
Ooh.
Like Gladys Knight and the Pips.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know you knew that reference, but I just wanted to.
You don't think I knew about Gladys Knight?
Oh no, I definitely knew you did.
Also, I just have to say, oh my God, we haven't even started the timer. I'm already getting wildly off topic, but I just have to say.
Do we have a topic yet?
Well, no.
Yeah.
Just check in. How are we doing? I just want to say that there was one time when I was sad and young and living in Richmond, Virginia. I knew no one. I got a flat tire and I was broke, and I let some man in a Gladys Knight t-shirt buy me a tire, and I just got in his car.
Wow.
I didn't get murdered.
Wow.
I don't know. I don't recommend it. As far as this is a going with your gut situation, and for some reason I just thought it would be fine.
Your gut was right.
And
and it's still intact. As a
still
result.
intact. Absolutely.
Still intact.
Not gutted. I mean that's yeah.
I mean, it's a real bonus to not be gutted, I would imagine. It's really
kind of everything.
Yeah.
Disemboweling is really it takes
puts a damper on the afternoon. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It really dims your glow.
Yeah.
And we're here to glow up and show up, baby.
Yeah. No dimming glow. By the way.
Yes.
Welcome to Upright and Fancy, episode 5.
You made it this far and you haven't run away screaming, and so that means you're really fun and smart.
Yes.
And just better than other people. So I hope you're enjoying that. I hope you're enjoying being so funny and smart and attractive.
So amazing. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I hope you enjoyed that. It's a gift.
I hope it's working for you.
Only for the people that are watching our show. I'm just kidding.
Everyone else, eat class, but you guys.
You guys are amazing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. let's all win the lottery.
Yeah.
And yes, so I feel like we're doing this show, and we have just been talking without really explaining anything. Not that there's a lot to explain, but just in case, if you're new here to this little thing.
What?
Yeah, I know. I mean, I'm just a little baby.
I know, I'm so new.
Nubile.
I'm so nubile.
Yeah, we're not here to brag, Chris.
I'm sorry.
We're here to help the people. I don't know what we're here to do. Basically, we're just having fun. We're kind of having kiki. We're giving a little advice. We're picking things out of a fishbowl and answering those questions. Yeah. And we just kind of try to do an hour. It often goes a little bit over because we just get derailed. But I feel like there's, that's where the magic is.
Yeah, it's funny because last night when I was hanging out with Miss Lauren Augustine, who will soon be a guest star on the podcast.
She gets my hair together, everyone.
She gets my hair together too, and my hair needs to be brought together. And I need to text you, girl. My hair's a mess. But I was talking to her last night, and she asked me about our podcast too, and I pretty much said what you did. I feel like it's now that we're on episode 5, and we've done a few. I feel like it's a good hang, and I feel like we kind of check in, and then we do fun things, and we talk about weird things, and nothing is TMI, FYI.
No,
nada is TMI, FYI. I don't know what's happening.
I'm not gonna dim your light. I'm not gonna disembowel your glow.
Oh, that's so
queen.
Nice of you. Not to disembowel my glow.
It'll be in our vows. I'll never disembowel your glow.
I promise to not disembowel your glow. Can you imagine, like, in not telling people at your wedding that you're going to say that? People are like, what? Especially if it was in a church.
It would be so good. I want to get married all over again just to do something like that. Yeah.
So there is a little known fact that it just occurred to me.
You making news tonight?
A little bit. What's that called? A Kyrion? That's on the bottom of CNN or whatever. Cryon. Isn't that what that's called down there? It's a weird word that makes me think Lord of the Rings, like, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm like, watch out for the 3-headed Kyrion.
Just don't look into the eye of Sauron. Yeah. Because that's all I can think of.
Me too.
It's the little bar.
Yeah. So right now it would say breaking news, which it's not at all. There was a time that Erica, my friend Erica, who has come up a few times in our podcast, I feel like she needs to be a guest on the show as well. Erica Kelly. I'm sorry. My bad. Dr. Erica Kelly.
Okay.
What? Yeah. She's amazing. But anyway, she and I don't know how close we actually came to it, but she and I were going to get married at some point to help with taxes. Like, what? I don't even know why. I had no idea what that even meant back then.
It doesn't even really help you with taxes.
2 or 3 or something like that. And I went to my wait and tables job at Cow Tippers in Atlanta. Cow Tippers. Cattle Talk and Cocktails is what it's called. But it was like it was like the gay restaurant.
Oh.
Right in the middle of Midtown.
Yes. All is forgiven.
Yeah. But anyway, I forgot what's going on with that. But
Cow Tippers.
But I
Erica.
worked Erica and Cow Tippers. I had a path with that, but
I have we can go back to it.
Yeah,
because I feel like it always comes back to Cow Tippers.
Yeah. Erica. Wait, there was something that she said to me, but anyway, it's gone.
You know what? It's gonna. It's never truly gone, Chris. It'll come back. Just like a butterfly. Let it flutter.
My old brain. Okay.
Yes. So basically, we have really interesting things to say, and we are here for fun, and we're here for you, and thanks for being here.
Yes.
And I would just like to say, as far as check-in, which we're not actually doing that bad.
No. Except for the 15 minutes before we remembered. I wouldn't have even remembered it. Like you were on that. I'm on that. Is a very it's when you use loosely. I really appreciate it. So basically that was my nickname in college. Use loosely. Sorry, it wasn't really. I just had to make the joke.
I mean,
you could I giggled to myself about that joke, and anyway, go. I don't mean to derail yours.
Yeah, you use me loosely. That's what I always say. I really don't know what either of us were talking about.
Yeah, it's okay.
But I think that it's great that we are here, and I think that the thing that I thought about when it was time to check in was the fact that for some reason, I don't know why, Chris and I we've been friends for like very long time at this point. I think like maybe 14 years.
Something crazy.
I think that's around.
Which is crazy.
Yes, it's very crazy. But it's also like we haven't been like, hang out on the weekly friends for 14 years, unfortunately.
On the reg.
Yeah, it's like always like we see each other and we like love it and treasure it. I mean, I'm speaking on my own behalf.
And get squeezes as well.
I know, and I just hug you so tightly, and you don't seem to mind. I
love it.
It's good for us. And so we just, I got to know Toby through a waiting tables job that I was very bad at. And then Chris, of course, came with Toby, and I was like, I remember moving to Nashville. It was the winter. I was so depressed. And I just felt so bleak. And like, it was just this ray of sunshine. Yeah. And we've seen each other sporadically through the years, have always enjoyed it. But I think for some reason lately, in addition to enjoying each other, we're also like sharing a brain a little bit. And we keep having like weird telepathic things that make no sense, that are very silly. Like today, I had to stop at a Walgreens on the way in, not a sponsor. Yet. Yeah, and I had to stop at a Walgreens, and for some reason, I was trying to find like a protein bar or something, and I just like saw this box of Stroopwafels, and I was just like, I need to bring Toby and Chris this box of Stroopwafels. If for those who don't know, they are this amazing thing. I believe it's a Dutch in origin, but you like, it has like two little wafers with caramel in the middle, and you set it on top of a hot teacup, and then it melts. I know that. What? You've been eating them without doing that part? Yeah. Chris, this is why. So that you could...
That's amazing. So it unlocks the Stroopwafel mojo.
It makes it not terrible. Yes.
It's like a grilled cheese versus just a cheese sandwich.
Exactly. That's exactly right.
I get it.
And you put it over your little like steaming hot cup of tea, and then it melts the caramel, and it's so delicious. Amazing. And so I just like, for some reason, was just like, I'm going to buy a box of...
Popped in your head for no reason
Stroopwafels at the Walgreens on Main Street. And then I come over here, present the box of Stroopwafels, and find out that literally just, I think probably that exact time, you were eating a Stroopwafel.
I was actually consuming one at the exact time that you were inspired to get us some.
I got, for some reason, I got that download in the Walgreens. Yeah. I'm just like...
Yeah, which is an odd file for me to send you, but... I mean, if we're talking download, it's an odd file for me to send. But I do, but I appreciate the fact that it happened. It happens every once in a while. Toby and I have had it a couple times too, where something like that'll happen. Or me and Mom, there's always like, she literally every time I call Mom, she's like, I was just that second thinking of you. Oh, like, I know. And it happens all the time with her. So I do believe that when it happens, it's like us getting on the same cycle.
Yeah, exactly.
With my myriad, with my man, my manriad. I really do. I really am a firm believer that men can have menstrual cycles. You know what I mean?
They have the hormonal cycle change, like definitely, and it changes them emotionally. Yes. But they don't have any of the physical shit that women just have to pretend like isn't happening, which is just so insane. This is one of my major gripes.
Other guys don't have a whole bunch of blood coming out of their urethra?
I think you should maybe see a doctor.
No.
Maybe like
that depends, which is what I'm wearing right now because of the blood pee that I have.
No.
So I'm so sorry.
You're too special to die a professional.
Especially that way.
Especially that
What a
way.
horrible way to die, to like pee out your...
I mean, that's also, I think that's pretty in-stage trigger warning. It's not, when that happens, there might not be a...
Yeah, there's probably no exit at that point.
So we...
Except for your urethra. That's the only exit around. There's no exit of the situation.
Oh my god. Well, I'm really glad that all of these different beautiful threads have connected.
Yes.
And I'm glad that there's not blood pouring out your urethra.
Me too.
In reality, because that would be dark.
And I'd be like, what you want? Because urethra frankly.
No. I feel like we are having fun, and I appreciate it. And we have fishbowl. Oh, okay, so Chris is the musical one, as we've discussed.
Is this your surprise fishbowl?
This is my surprise.
Okay.
I told Chris I had a surprise for fishbowl.
Okay.
And I have really not prepared. So basically, I sing poorly. I don't understand music. Big music enthusiast. Really know nothing about it. Feel very intimidated. Tried to play several instruments. Never really tried hard enough. And
it's just no. I mean, it's not for everyone.
But I was in a one-woman band called Hot Vodka.
Really?
So that when you used loosely, your new drag name.
Use loosely is my new drag name with a Y. Use.
So yeah, we figured out both of our new
ours.
drag names
Use
tonight.
loosely.
Yeah.
Oh, it came so naturally.
Yeah, that's how you know it's real.
Yeah, that's how you know it's real.
Uh-huh.
I said fly away and it came back to me.
Exactly. A butterfly came back. So basically, use loosely things I was saying about something. Oh dear Lord.
Oh no, it's your fishbowl for me.
Oh yes. I was talking about hot vodka. Oh my god. So basically, when I at times of great hysteria and happiness with large groups of friends, I have become Hot Vodka, a one-woman band with a banjolele.
Oh, amazing!
And I just sing really terrible on purpose songs while just like strumming wildly without any kind of
just from
purpose.
Happiness, from like sheer happiness.
Yeah, it's just it was started. It just I don't know. Somehow it happened the first time in it was all a fun lark. I don't remember the details. And then it began to be requested at gatherings. And so we'd like go on a beach trip and it was like, Hot Vodka has to perform.
That's amazing. And you should have like charged a fee.
For my friends? I mean...
Yeah. They'd have paid it.
Probably.
I mean, if like a fee is like a beer or two. Yeah. Doesn't have to be like
you know what? I feel like their presence is their present.
Yeah,
like
true.
Kanye West. Except not anymore.
Yeah.
But sad story. Basically I decided, because we've been talking about whether Fishbowl needed a song for a while. And I was like, well, I should give them a Hot Vodka rendition of my first stab at it.
Yeah. So is this going to be the Fishbowl song?
I mean, I don't know. That's for you and the people to decide.
Okay.
It's going to be very bad. I want everyone's expectations to be on the floor.
All right.
Okay.
Yay.
Fishbowl, fishbowl, put your hand in the hole. Take it out, take a look, figure out what there is to say. Fishbowl.
Oh my god, yeah.
Something along those lines. I just thought fishbowl, put your hand in the hole. Yeah. And then just, the idea of just vaguely like taking something out and taking a look, figuring out what there is to say.
Amazing. And there could even be like a cutaway, like a stock video of us going like
put
just
your
this.
hand in the hole. There you go. Put your hand in the hole.
It could just be that. So we could be as dirty as we want and just have it be about the hole.
Yeah, I mean,
I love it.
People are here to see you put your hand in holes.
And I apprete that. Oh, this is my OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Except it's OnlyFans not like eating
Catch us
you
on
or something.
OnlyFans.
OnlyFans not eating
you. .org.
.co or something. Yeah.
So basically,
I love it.
Are you going to put your hand in the hole?
Do you want me to put,
I'll put my hand in the hole.
I love the song.
Some people. Do you?
I really
like
love
present?
it.
Okay,
I love it. I love it, and thank you. I could not have unwrapped a better present.
Oh, it makes me so happy. Okay.
If it's not a good one, we can redo it too.
Ooh, no. I mean, all-time favorite musician / artist. That's a good one. It's a hard one, though.
It is a hard one. I think with these, it's okay to be like, this might not be mine. Like, don't put it in, Moses. Was it no? Who was the one that wrote on the tablets?
I think it was Moses.
Don't chisel this into a tablet. Is all I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Stone tablet pilots is not my answer. Moses with the stone tablet pilots.
I don't think that anyone is chiseling our choices into stone tablets. But if you were and you enjoy it, do whatever you wish.
Yeah.
But I think that all-time favorite musician / artist it's an impossible question to answer because everyone contains multitudes and we have different favorites and different phases and there are just so many different kinds of music. And it is just, I don't know. It just feels.
I don't even know either. It's such a there's timelines, there's decades, there's genres. Like my favorite vocalist this week happens to be this other girl, and then happens to be this person, and
yeah. I mean, there's just so many. There are just so many amazing contributions to pick your favorite and sort of be at the best of all things. I think that. I don't know. Lists are weird. So it's hard for me to not be too stupid about trying to answer this question because I think that, everyone has different things that their ego is kind of built on. And for me, one of the things, even though I know nothing about music and clearly am not a gifted musician.
A gifted songwriter.
What my favorite, the biggest hit Hot Vodka had was Life is Pain.
Who?
Life is Pain.
No. What was the...
Hot Vodka.
Hot Vodka. Okay. Life is Pain. Mm-hmm. Wow. Mm-hmm. You have a song that you... That was the...
That's
amazing.
That was our single.
And by hour, you mean hour?
Yeah. The Royal Hour.
Yeah, okay.
And that'll be the name of the Hot Vodka album. But we...
the Royal Hour.
The Royal Hour.
But have it be O-U-R. Yeah! That's amazing. You heard it here first.
I feel like we just, we should...
capitalize only the hour.
Exactly. I think that we should just be in charge of all creative decisions at this point. So... let us know at
at uprightandfancy@gmail.com.
And also Upright and Fancy on the socials.
Wow.
And we're out there. Let us know what you like. But basically, I feel like this question, I am just gonna say a list of things, and I know no one gives a single shit, so it is fine.
Yeah, whatever. I do.
Okay, so probably. I have to say, one of my all-time favorite artists are Gillian Welch and David Rawlings. I love them so much. And they, Gillian Welch, it's a very, it's often a bit of a somber vibe, but it's just, absolutely
it's
amazing.
It's a moody thing.
But it's, I don't know. It's absolutely, I don't know. It is complex, but also simple. It is perfect. And sad. Often. And it's very much like the sort of Southern Gothic sort of it's just this really, really beautiful and honest roots music that also is just I don't know, great singer, songwriter stuff. And the way that David Rawlings plays is so distinctive.
Cool.
Anyway, but I would say growing up it was my first all-time favorite band, honestly, was Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, and that was also my first concert.
Oh Lord!
I saw them right after. Well, it was just Tom Petty because it was the Wildflowers tour.
Ooh.
And I was 12 years old, and I was so fucking psyched. And I was I was just standing up on my chair, and all the adults were just sitting down smoking weed, and I was just getting contact high. I had no idea. My mom's friend was with us, who was we knew from Germany, who had the funniest name to me. I still think of her name all the time and just giggle. Her name was Cindy Bone, and I thought that was the funniest name.
Cindy Bone is amazing.
Cindy Bone, and she also...
She sure do!
Yeah, I mean, she
don't know.
brought a Playgirl for my sister in her suitcase. She was a
Wow.
little bit of a wild child, that Cindy Bone. Anyway, not to put you on blast wherever you are out there. We're not still in touch. But anyway, I was so enthused. I was so excited. And I still love Tom Petty. And I also, Radiohead was also a big favorite. And then
I can see that.
I have, I feel like we all know how I feel about Beyonce at this point. And if you don't, I just fucking love Beyonce. And I think she is one of the most incredible, like, especially, like, the older she's gotten, the more she's done, the more interesting she gets. Like, she just is always doing the most thought-provoking art. Yeah. She's always highlighting the people that she thinks are interesting that, like, no one else is highlighting. Everything is intentional.
It is.
Everything is perfect. And she just, which means
she's also a genius, on top of being incredibly talented. She's also, like, good.
But she also has, like, very good boundaries, it seems. Like, she doesn't have interviews. Like, she controls so much of the information about her.
Which is so crazy.
Yeah, I feel like...
Good for her that you can do that. Like, you always... It's like, you only really hear the other way.
A lot of money and loyalty. But everyone... I haven't met that many people who have met Beyonce, but the people who I have met have said she was very, very nice. Good. And not that, like, being nice is what Beyonce needs to be. But also, I've heard that, like, one rule about Beyonce is that, like, they just ask you not to, like, look directly at her when she's, like, coming through things. Because, like, and I heard Nicole Byer talk about it because she was like, just a little bit weird, to have to sort of be like, look, her security saying, like, look down. But then, like, I did look up and I just found, like, my hands were, like, reaching outward. Like, it was really something, like, when you see her, like, you can't control
is that why? Is that why they say that? Yeah. Because people are overcome with...
People are overcome.
Oh, my God,
they just lose their fucking goddamn minds.
And I bet that she has learned from, because this is the way her brain works, she's learned from Michael Jackson, and she's learned from Whitney Houston, and she's learned from, whoever else has been packing out stuff. She probably either studies it herself or has people study it. So, like, she knows that no one can even look at her because they'll flip out. That's incredible to me.
I mean, I think they're just...
And they were like, whack! And this is actually a prosthetic arm. It was gone. They literally chopped it off.
I mean, things like... the group think and, like, weird shit, like, don't underestimate the power of just, like, a group of, like, rabid human beings, because I mean, we animals, and also there are just, I think, some people that, like, have this other certain something, and I don't know what it is. I mean, like, Beyonce could be an alien, I'd be all for it, but it's, like, there's something that is, like, okay, I feel like
different. You're a different person than we are.
Yeah, and so, like, we're I think, it's just, I feel like it's okay that everyone understands that, like, she's on a different plane and maybe, like, operates in a different world.
Agreed.
Because, she did, she...
Agreed. If anybody's going to be an alien, it might as well be her.
I know.
Because we know the least about her, and she's the biggest star.
Oh my God. Anyway, we could talk forever about this, but what is your all-time favorite artist, musician?
Hot vodka.
You little flirt. You don't even know. You like nice sounding pretty things, and that's not what hot vodka is about.
I love it, though. That's good to know.
Okay.
So I have a, like...
Put your hand in the hole.
I love it. I think we need to workshop it a little bit. But that's an amazing thing, and if we can have a little segue every time.
I would just like you to know also it was purposely bad. That's a part of it.
I love it. Call
it folk art.
So I don't know that, I mean, it's, when I think over time, like over my entire life, if you're thinking favorite artist, it's different than musician, I guess. So, like, and also it changes all the time. But all-time favorite ones, of course, I can't whittle down to one. George Michael.
Oh, yes.
Lady Gaga.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So if I can take a time of people's lives, young Whitney.
Oh, yes. Mm-hmm.
Like, oh my God.
Young Whitney.
Young Whitney.
A sight to behold.
A sight to
An
behold.
angel on earth.
An angel on earth. And her voice, there was literally nothing that she couldn't do at that point. And then Lord only knows, we all know what happened after that. But for just a hot second, she could do no wrong.
Yeah.
But
that's why we need to let people be gay, everyone.
Yes.
I mean, seriously, if Whitney Houston was allowed to be gay, trans, queer, whatever, they would be alive, they would be thriving, they would have their voice.
Toby and I have talked ad nauseum, which is one of my favorite terms ever, about that exact thing. I feel like there was a whole group of people, and we're not outing anyone because we don't know, but, we're not, but Whitney was a homosexual, clearly.
Oh, yes.
And it was a religious thing, and it was there was just pressure to not be, and she was probably confused and probably
and there was another layer
never
in the
felt
black community.
comfortable. Yeah. Religious and grown up, in Sissy, so I don't know so there was an interview with Oprah and Sissy in a respectable amount of time after Whitney's death. It was respectable. There was nothing weird about that. But Sissy, Oprah goes to ask Sissy a question, which,
Can you explain who Sissy is?
I'm sorry. Yes, of course. Sissy is Whitney's mom. Sissy Houston was a very popular gospel artist and background singer for Aretha. Do you know? Ain't no way for me to love you.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if you know, in the middle of that song, but in the middle of that song, there's a, like it's like some super high note.
That's her?
Sissy Houston. As far as I know. But she sang with her nonstop, and she's amazing. I love to go back and listen to it, but there was an interview that Oprah had with Whitney's mom in a respectable time after her passing. And Oprah just asked like a little flippant question about if you knew she was gay, you'd be okay with it. So anyway, and started to move off of the question. And Sissy was like, no, I would not be. No, And Oprah was, if I remember correctly, of course, I would watch it again and be like, oh, it's whatever. But in my head, you see Oprah be like, oh,
yeah.
I think she even went, you wouldn't? And that's not, that's an interviewer's like, oh, you wouldn't. She went, you wouldn't? Yeah. It was just not ever okay for her to be herself, and it was, yeah. So those are my answers, but I think that young Whitney and George Michael are my top two.
Those are lovely.
Just overall, and Lady Gaga.
Of course.
Overall, from start to finish.
Because we are who we are, and we have our ego in our musical taste to some extent. We just cannot utter the words of the people we love the most without also saying 16 sentences about this isn't everything.
Yeah, because there's so many, and I'm sure that later on I'll be like, oh shit, I forgot that person, or oh shit, I should have said that person. My brain, I'm just all over the place.
Absolutely. Well, I would like you to, I welcome you to put your hand in the hole. Fishbowl, fishbowl.
I want it to be a really good one. Okay. I want it to be a really good one. Yeah. Was what I said. What would you do with a huge lottery win? Watery win is what I said. What's a watery win?
It really took me a minute. I was like, a huge pause.
Watery win is literally what I just said. With a huge lottery win. I think about this every time I drive by one of those freaking billboards.
So many things. Okay. The main thing this is so hard. So probably the first thing I would do was tell that amazing homosexual who hosts $1 Million Homes or whatever. What is the show on this is great. I'm sorry, everybody.
No, is it the Bravo Andy thing with the real estate one? Okay.
No, is it HGTV and it's million? I don't know. It's Lottery Dream Homes is what it's called. And there's this man David something who is this absolutely beautiful homosexual who has just progressively over, like, at first he kind of like toned it in and he had tattoos and he was a little bit flamboyant, and then as the seasons have progressed, it's like feather boas, like neck tattoos, like he is so
during the show, like while we're talking to people and stuff. Amazing.
Well, he is doing his job. He is so beautiful. I have such a crush on him. Also, he's just so fun.
I need to look. I'll have to look.
And so I'm not really into, like, you know, being on reality TV isn't like my gig. It's just that I really want to have a reason to interact with him and make him fall in love with me. You know, as a friend.
That's it.
And no, that's my selfish thing. Okay. Overall, I would just use the money to go on really nice vacations with my friends where I paid for everybody as much as I could.
Yeah, totally.
Like, I feel like I would just try to, like, save it and then just spend it on taking my friends on really amazing vacations.
I agree. I would like to do. I think that is amazing.
Okay. And I'd love to take you on an amazing vacation.
Yes, right. What if we had like 120 million? Like what would you even do? Like you'd take a plane around all over Europe or something like that, or go like... Oh my God,
I would fucking live in Italy for a while.
Yeah, because you can.
Because that's the thing, is like it's very hard to immigrate, but if you have a large amount of money, most countries are like, sure, come here. You can't work, you can't make money, but like you can spend your money here for sure.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
And so it would be I mean, I would, you just... it's like, oh yeah, Clover is gonna grow up in, like, you know, like Belgium, like, or what? I mean, doesn't have to be that white.
I do like their white beers though.
I feel, I think that it's just such an amazing thing to think about what money unlocks, but also it's just so deeply depressing because of our current, like, hellscape and how like capitalism is just crushing everyone, except for like a very tiny percentage of the population. And so, but like, I still daydream about winning the lottery all the time. I'm still a little romantic about it. I love a scratchy lottery, and also a lot of people on that show are like scratchy lottery winners,
like big scratchy lottery winners.
Yeah, like they'll win like fucking 20 million from like a scratchy lottery.
That makes me want to go get them right now.
I know.
My like first scratchy lottery thing, I won like $35.
I won like 20 on my first one. Yeah.
And I have not, like, I've literally won free ticket. You know?
Exactly.
And that's all I've won since then. Whenever I drive by on billboards, I see like whatever the lottery thing is there. I immediately think, take taxes out. Like, I do the math in my head. Like, get rid of half of it, if not more. A little bit more than half of it. And then, of course, split with Toby. And so every once in a while, I'm like, we would each get 100. I think recently it was 120 million each. So, like, I immediately think I'm going to make a trust fund for all of my nieces and nephews, whatever, so that it's not like all the tax thing of just giving them gifts. I buy a house for my mom, but not just for my mom, for like 5 of her friends, like a house,
Golden Girls dream house.
Yes, and like because they all live up there in those apartments together. But
which
but
Golden
they're
Girl
all
would
separate.
she be?
Would Mom be?
Yeah.
So as a younger broad, she probably would have been, you know, if there was a Blanche Dorothy mix.
Sure.
That's what she'd be. You know, she's probably Sophia now. You know what I mean? Like she's got some shit to talk about. You know, and she'll cuss up a storm, and but she's also hilarious. Yeah. So.
Well, that's very kind of you. You immediately think of buying your mom a house, even though she already has a nice house.
No, she hasn't. Well, she lives up in an apartment thing up there.
Oh, she does.
She does, and it's so cute because at age whatever, when she moved in this place, she met some like lifelong friends, like at age 75 or whatever. I know it's a dream.
That's the dream.
They're amazing up there too. They're just like. You know, the elderly Melrose Place, you know what I mean? Like they don't like hook up and stuff, but they all have some juicy story to tell about one another, and it's amazing. I don't know how did we get on that? What were we just talking about?
Well, lots of things, but okay. I think that this is a great time to
Pee?
well, sure.
Yeah,
Where
I'm
isn't
gonna
the
pee.
bathroom?
I'm gonna pee. Where isn't the bathroom? You said that before.
It's a callback.
It is a solid callback. Where isn't the bathroom? Okay, I gotta pee. All right, we're back from peeing.
You know,
Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
Me too. And like, I'm wearing this jumpsuit today, and it's
very cute.
Well, thank you. But, like, jumpsuits, they're so nice. I would get up, but I don't even know. Here, I'll show you my booty.
Mm-hmm. I totally showed my booty earlier too.
I mean, they give the people what they want.
No, that's cool.
And I'm wearing this jumpsuit, and when you are in, everything is great until you go into the bathroom, and then it's just you and your choices.
Yeah.
You get like fully nude,
Yeah.
and it's just, it's not. I feel like it's 2024. We need an answer.
Yeah, that was not what they were thinking of when they created that shit.
Oh my goodness.
I know. They were definitely not thinking of that.
I just don't know why they weren't centering me and the ease of.
I mean, but not just you. Like being able to pee without getting completely nude is kind of key.
It is, but women will.
Oh.
Charles. We're looking at a cute dog.
What a sweet dude.
Also, we found the Stroof waffles. If anyone wants to check. Also,
and this is what I was eating at the exact moment that she was inspired to get the Stroof waffle.
And also, I feel like I had no idea that there was a
Energy.
kind of.
Yeah. Like a Cliff Bar-ish energy drink thing?
Yeah, it's
energy
like
drink.
It's some kind of like health version of a Stroof waffle because America ruins everything.
It was good to me. I enjoyed it. It was good to me.
I'm sure it's delicious. I'm just joking about I feel like you can have a Stroof waffle just because it's a delicious Stroof waffle.
I agree.
They don't even tell you to make sure you have it over a lovely steaming hot cup of something.
Say. A cuppa.
A cuppa.
That's what all the Netflix shows that are UK shows are like, would you like a cuppa?
It's true, but I have one of my best friends, grew up, born, raised in the south of England, and I said cuppa to him one point, and he was like, what are you saying? Really, no, we don't say that.
We don't do that. No, ma'am.
I mean, it's not really his style, but it was a
I would have been like, no, ma'am.
Yeah, if he had been a gay man from Alabama, he would have said, "No, ma'am."
Yeah.
That's
how we do.
No.
That's how we do. This is how we roll.
But anyway, I feel like Stroop waffles are great, and everyone should know about them. Also, when Chris, please tell them about the first time you ever heard the word Stroop waffle. It's a very funny word. I feel like it's a great insult. It really sounds like some kind of I don't know, something that a Polish grandmother would call you. And you would just be like, ooh,
what?
Shots fired.
Yeah, or like a Canadian. Oh, you hold his head? You know what I mean? Like a Wisconsinite. Yeah. Oh, you hold his head? What does that even mean? It's like Stroop waffle. But my first thought was that you were calling me a name. Mm-hmm.
The flight attendant asked if you wanted one. You called me what?
Yes. Okay. I'm sorry. I already forgot that story. So I was flying somewhere. I fly all the time.
Not to brag.
Fly all the time.
Delta Diva.
I'm more of an American airline diva until they diva'd, and now they don't do marine contracts anymore, and now they do all kinds of other stuff, and I'm like, I'm almost platinum.
American Airlines on blast. You need to become a diamond diva, baby.
Well, is that a Delta diamond diva?
Uh-huh.
No, okay.
I've heard about it on other people who have different lives than me say that that's the way to go.
Well, I am game for it. I'm going to probably have to switch. But anyway, I was there, and the flight attendant came up to me and was like she was going down the aisle and doing drinks and whatever, snacks, peanuts, whatever. She's like, Stroof waffle? Or what's the candy? The little bread, sweet cookie?
I would just like to say
Beretta or something like that. There's a name for that too, and I was like,
we have different lives because when I'm on an airplane, they just throw some kind of Chex Mix derivative at you.
Yeah, no, they
shout out to Southwest Airlines.
They normally do the Travis Kelce throw.
But I mean, it's I would feel different receiving a stroopwafel than.
I said yes. I didn't know how to answer, and she gave me one, and that was my first stroopwafel.
Wow.
I know.
And you didn't even know to heat it up.
And I did not know to heat it up, and I was about to ruin her because I thought she called me a bad name.
I feel like stroopwafel just sounds so much like streetwalker to me in such a lovely way, like such a cute way to call someone a prostitute.
Yeah, right? Like I feel like it'd be like a German prostitute, right?
I mean,
there's nothing wrong
so tasty.
with being
yeah, and make sure you have one with a cup of tea. It really warms them up.
Delicious. It releases the caramel.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh no! Oh,
I know. We're talking about Germany. I don't know if you want to release the caramel in this metaphor. Or whatever figure of speech this is. I don't even know. It is a sunny day in winter, and I feel like we are just like happy and silly, and I hope that it's fun for everyone.
Yes.
We have a
question.
It
is in fact a sunny day in winter. BT dubs. It really is. I was like,
I wasn't lying.
I thought you were like, it's a sunny day in winter.
I was going into my
you were going into
single.
the next Hot Vodka single. Yes, go ahead. I interrupted you.
No, I was just saying that we were going into the advice section of our show, which we don't have a theme song for either. I feel like
I'm just kidding. No, probably not that.
I think something along the lines of like, we're good at things. We're good.
Haven't you heard? We're good at things. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's it. Haven't you heard? We're good at things. Like, that's the whole song. It's a hit.
I would really love to watch. It would be a complete nightmare to watch a highlight reel of all the disasters of my life to like set to that song.
Yeah, haven't you heard? I'm good at things. You falling down steps and stuff. Yeah, I'm around with that.
I don't really have that kind of a blooper reel. It's more, yeah.
Oh man, I do. I like somebody's like actual personal blooper reel would be funny though. I get on like
I actually do. I'm sure I have tons of those actually.
Yeah, I have. My algorithm on my Instagram and my Facebook constantly shows me people falling or people getting scared.
Getting scared?
Love it when people get scared. They're like, "Oh, I got fucked!" Like they like.
Did you love it when I got scared of you as I came in?
A little bit.
I was honestly terrified.
A little bit. Yeah.
We both. So. There's a flight of stairs, and so like sometimes it's locked to get into the stairs, sometimes it's not.
It's hard, it's weird out there too. Like there's not like a doorbell, and it's hard to hear down there too. Yeah, it's a weird entrance.
And so I just like went to turn the handle to test it at the exact moment, another Psychic Friends Club moment, at the exact moment you were on the other side turning the handle, and then you just scared the shit out of me. So
I think I may have made a whoop sound, like, which of course scared you even more.
And I think I doubled over. I was like, I had to get myself together.
And my realization about it was that it scared me first because I knew what was happening before you did. So by the time you saw me, I had already been scared, and so it was like I was able to watch you freshly get scared. Yeah, no, that shit cracks me up. People getting scared. There's one little like quick thing that's in every compilation scare that I watch. It's like a nurse or whatever, and somebody's around the corner and is like, and she goes, like a dinosaur. She goes, and it is, and then she's like, and laughs at her going, it's so funny. She looks like a dinosaur.
I startle so easily that you would have so much fun living with me because it's so stressful for like the people who actually interact with, because like they're just like in their house where they belong. And all of a sudden, like, I just won't realize that they're there, and they, like, start talking from behind me, and it's just, like, the most exaggerated,
the sound of a voice near you that you don't know is terrifying.
Yeah, or just, like, when I'm, like, home alone with, like, my daughter, and I'm just, like, I hope no random stranger comes in, and then all of a sudden, you're just, like... and it's like, I'm sorry, I know you're just like where you're supposed to be in your home, and it's not your fault, but I can't help but just like get absolutely like
totally.
At one point I went into my bedroom and I saw Zach in our bed where he is supposed to be, and for sure I just didn't think he would be there, and I just got so terrified. Like, this is literally his bed. Why would you?
That is so funny to me.
It's the result of childhood trauma. So it's very I remember one time I was living with someone who had a boyfriend who was terrible, and like he would startle me a lot, and he was like, "What? Were you like abused as a child or something?" I was like,
"Oh, great!
Yeah.
Wow." Yeah, no.
And he was like, "Oh, I didn't mean that actually."
Yeah,
like,
you need to think about these things.
So it was honestly very funny.
I'm sure.
Anyway, it's very stupid. I constantly am startled. Anyway, this has nothing to do with advice. No one wants advice from someone who's constantly startled.
I do. What are you talking about?
Okay,
my only startled story, the most recent one at least, because I guess I don't get scared that often, but Jill Kimmel, my friend from Chips, my comedian friend from Chips.
Also, sister of Jimmy Kimmel. We have to name drop that. Also,
sister of him, and sister of Jonathan Kimmel as well.
Okay.
So we were on the Norwegian Spirit together as guest entertainers, and we had a couple glasses of wine from this one worker woman that bartender that just loved her. Like, people flock to her. She's one of those people, especially the gays, but like she's got a gay tractor frickin' beam. Like the gays love her.
It's a good gig.
So, but also like just like crew members and people, like she shows people such respect with like the crew members and stuff. She's so on it. Like, do you need anything? She's such a cool girl in that way, that people just love her. So anyway, we had gotten like a glass of wine, but it was like blah, 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 blah,
heavy pour.
Yeah, a heavy, and I mean like they have big glasses, like it was a heavy pour. So anyway, I was like, we were going to go in and watch like the production show or something like that. They've got production shows or magicians or whatever was on there that night, and there's a whole upper area on this one shift, the Spirit, where it's like pitch black, freaking dark up in the like if you're on stage. It's like a second tier of people. So I was like, I'm going to the bathroom. I'll meet you in there. And you go in and it's packed and it's completely dark. And I'm like looking. I know there's steps coming up and I'm looking. And she goes, "Hey, Chris, I'm right here." And I was like, I would
never, ever recover.
She came out of the darkness and grabbed my arm. And I was like, and it was all I could do to not scream at the top of my lungs. She doubled. It was the same thing, like, but her laughing at me. She doubled over. It was like we had to leave because we were making a scene. Even in the pitch black darkness, we were like, like, and it was like, oh God, we have to go. Because I just, at the moment before, I had the biggest glass of wine of all time.
I hope that someone thought there was a ghost up there, just being. It sounds like something that, like, if I were a ghost haunting a theater, that would be all I would do.
100% scare people 24/7.
And also just, like, I don't know, bullshit with my friends and, like, make stupid jokes that would make everyone, like, making, I feel like ghosts just, there's not enough talk about, their community. I'm sure that they have friends. I'm sure that they talk to other people.
Ghosties? Little ghosties? We should do a Ouija board here. I used to have one.
Yeah. Yes, we did too. It was honestly a little terrifying sometimes.
Was it?
It was, but also I love that shit. So I'm completely down for it.
Cool. I think I may have gotten rid of it. Toby may have talked me into getting rid of it.
Your churchy boy was like, burn the Ouija board. Yeah. I mean, it's a weird instrument. But anyway, I feel like the Patreon segment for the price our souls.
Yes. We keep thinking of fun Patreon things. If you are enjoying the podcast, we are thinking of different ways to be dumb and be specifically dumb for you.
That's true.
And dumb and also talk about more serious things and talk about sex and drugs and rock and roll and things that we might not just want for everyone. But we love to get ahead of ourselves. We're having so much fun. We haven't even rolled out episode 1 yet in our timeline. Yes.
This is a lovely timeline to be in.
It's a lovely timeline. So anyway, advice part of upright and fancy.
Well, so lately, because, we're just getting some questions from our friends at this point because we haven't, this is in our timeline before release. And and so we would like to have any kind of question from you. And if you would like to hear, I feel like we naturally end up giving a lot of advice to friends and things like that. And we also, I think, have an interesting perspective, and we're two very different people.
Very different perspectives for the most part, which is why I get so excited about it.
Yeah, and so, I don't know, it's fun. So let us know, uprightandfancy@gmail.com, the socials, whatever. And so this one, it's a pretty open-ended question, but this is my friend saying, I would like advice on how to throw the best kind of party. And then the follow-up was, all my questions right now are about how to have fun and have a social life while also being an exhausted parent. So that's the sub. That's, that is the subtext of that question. So it's not necessarily having a party as in the kind of parties that we used to have, but at the same time, I feel like we do need to have more of the kinds of parties we used to have.
Also, there's something about social interaction, which is what this has been so lovely about this, is that it's like we are social beings.
Yes.
Me specifically, I need this too. Like I need to have fun conversation about stuff because I get. It's like a valve for me. Like I need if I
Are you just using me to clean your valve?
100%. That sounds super dirty, super dirty.
You're cleaning your spit valve all over me.
But no,
I am. That's on the Patreon.
Never mind. Toby and I definitely have deep. We talk in this way.
People need a village,
but you need interaction. Is all I'm saying. So I 100% get that it's important to be social, whether you throw a party or whatever. It's important to be social. I honestly, if I were not forced to because of my job, or because of things that I want to do, you know what I mean, like this and whatever. I don't know. I think the older I get, the more hermity I get. So I get it. I get it.
Okay, but you and Toby have thrown some pretty fun parties.
Oh my God, we have. It's been a while.
Put on your little advice hat.
Okay.
All right, hints from Heloise. What are your tips for throwing a fun party, Chris Burke?
So
how do you make the magic?
So people coming to the party is not what I say. Like, it was never. You never knew who was going to be there. Mm-hmm. So the way we thought about it, if I can remember, because we did throw some fun frickin' parties.
Truly.
Like my birthdays or his birthday or like random, or like Jordan's birthday was one of them. And we had a badminton court in the back, and we had, it was real fun. Megan's house was prime party doing. So
great deck.
So
great flow.
Yes. A giant, no, actually kind of a small deck.
Well,
we don't like to talk about small decks over here,
I mean,
I'm just kidding. But as far as decks go, it was the motion of the ocean, because it was satisfying.
And that yard was deep, And I feel like that's something that when you're talking about, the size of the deck, you have to think about how deep the yard is. I'm sorry.
Sometimes those yards get saggy, though. No.
I mean, this is old school East Nashville, where yards used to be actual yards and not tiny little matchbooks.
It was heaven. That house was heaven for as long as we lived there. It was. I'll never not be. But especially for parties.
But even I feel like you guys always made every social interaction a party. There's something that always seemed like it was special about it. Like there was Toby would be like, oh, look at this, I don't know, just oh, I'm gonna light this candle, or I got this snacks, or oh, I got this, you should have some. It was just always this spirit of generosity and hospitality and warmth.
I love that.
And we would hang out, and there was always let me make you a drink, let me
yeah, totally. No, I appreciate that, and I think a lot of that is Toby, because I think of things like that, but Toby's really good at thinking of little things like that. I think it was probably his idea that everybody had a damn soda chapstick. So, but I think that having what you just said, the sense of generosity. Excuse me. Oh my God.
Is that your sense of generosity speaking?
can I eat? Oh, God, I'm so sorry.
Is that your sense of generosity in the room with us now?
I am so.
That is
so sorry.
Whew,
that Ouija board. We definitely caught a ghost on the Ouija board on that one.
I am.
Oh my God. I apologize. I may or may not keep that in. No, I think I probably should. Okay, so anyway, that sense of generosity is probably what makes for a good party.
I think I would agree, and also I would add on that a sense of frivolity is very important. Not for everyone, but I think in general
we were good about that too.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, you just had to call back to the little like soda flavored chapsticks and the thing. Like, how silly is that for like grown ass people to be like feeling for chapsticks in a jar? It was so fun. It is like that is what connects us to.
I was going to say that.
I feel like what connects us to our childlike spirit. Also, if you hear a dog drinking
water, it's not ASMR. It's actually Charles drinking water.
I remember that just reminds me that I had a poem I wrote in college that ended with like, "There's no better sound than a dog drinking." I was a misunderstood artist.
I agree with you. Or crunching food.
It's a nice. I'm not as into the crunching of the food.
I love it when he does it. I don't normally love it, but
oh my God! Now you get to hear it. He's like, "Would you?" He's like, "Would you like me to exhibit?"
Yeah.
I mean, when you love somebody, it's
yeah. I can't hear Toby fucking chew, but Lord, if Charles chewing, people chewing, seeing it, cruise ships, I see and hear a lot of people in general.
The way your eyes change when you talk about it, it's like, where did Chris go?
So there,
like all the people chewing.
There are times on cruise ships when I lose faith in humanity.
Sure.
But there are times when I gain faith in humanity as well. There are always great people on board, but every once in a while, like especially if I wake up tired or something, and I'll go up to the buffet, and I'll be like, did I need to hear you eat your egg? Did I need to see the inside of the sausage in your mouth? No, probably not. Yeah, I get fed up.
Normally, you pay good money to see the sausage inside someone's mouth. That's from what I heard. But
that was. I mean, that was my 20s. Okay, so I don't know.
I mean, you don't have to be young to pay to watch.
True.
That's what
you don't have to pay for it
Jesus
anymore.
said.
That's what Jesus said.
Okay. So basically, I think throwing a party. We are not doing
so easily distracted.
Okay.
I think we're doing well though. We're good.
We're doing well. I think
we're good.
Having a sense of frivolity,
yes,
a sense of hospitality,
yes,
basically where you just do something that you know that I don't know. I feel like something that you enjoy or that someone else would also enjoy, like having a gathering of people that you just like. You don't have to think about like I don't know. You don't have to think about how these people might intermingle. You don't have to think about how these people might... That's
something that's always been on my thing. Like, is this person going to like that person? Is that person going to like that person? Even still to this day, I do that.
I mean, I think everybody does, but I think that, like, when you could get to a point where, like, you're just having, like, parties for the people that you, like, have the most fun with.
Yeah.
And it's just, like, I don't know. And it's just, like, you can make, like, you know, anything a party if you...
But when what you were saying is that when you know people, anybody that comes is going to mingle well with anybody else. Yeah.
When you have like this, when you have a group of people that you feel like just a good vibe with, it's just such a nice thing to be able to.
Agreed.
I don't know, just to like
intermingle them.
Yeah, and to I don't know.
See how this one works with that one, you know.
Yeah. I mean, I remember one of my most fun memories of like Zach my husband is not someone who likes a party. I remember when we were first dating, I was like, oh, we could invite a bunch of people, and I had a friend at the time like and a coworker being like, does Zach like being around lots of people? Like, would he like that? And she asked it in such a nice way, and I was like, oh, maybe not. And then I asked him, and he was like, no.
Oh, wow.
He just doesn't.
You were too in it to recognize it.
Yeah, but then we had a really nice party for him at a friend's house, and we invited different people from different parts of our lives, and everything just came to, like, everyone interacted in the most lovely ways. It
Cool.
was so silly. It
I
was
love
so
that.
fun. And, like, it was a small group of people, and they weren't even people who necessarily knew each other. I think that just having, like, I don't know, just have what you need there. Like, just have some food. Just have some easy drinks. Don't, like, exhaust yourself trying to, like, clean the house and, like, be insane beforehand. Just, like, make it a good setting. And also, I love a theme. I love a silly theme.
Me
As
too.
we discussed last time, one of the best parties that we had, this is obviously another generation, but I think that we need to bring more of this back. It's very fun to, like, be an adolescent as an adult, because it is more of
Agreed.
It's an actual, like, I don't know, it's an actual vacation from your life rather than just,
and
like,
also you're choosing to be an adolescent as opposed to actually being an adolescent, which is entirely different.
And, you know, just, like, it's so nice to have a sense of whimsy and not just, like, just obligation. It's, like, so much of adult life is just, like, your fucking obligation. So if you can just do something that is fun for you.
Just do it.
And, like, one of the most fun like, we had a lot of weird theme parties, and one of my favorites was, like, making our alcohol dreams come true. Because we all had, like, I had a dream to just, like, shake up a bottle of champagne and spray it on lots of people. And then my friend Juliana had a dream to have one of those champagne waterfalls. One of my other friends had a dream to have a liquor luge, and so we, like, built a liquor. We had
You mean
all
like
of ice
when you're like, and you
and
drink
it was
and
very
it's cold?
It was very bootleg. Like, we made it out of, like, a Rubbermaid, and then we took hot water and, like, made the luge part, and then we had, like, somebody stand at the end, like, the bottom of the porch and poured it down. It worked. Cool. It was fun. Anyway, it was just, like, very, very silly, and
That's fun.
And I think that, I don't know, I think that embracing the I don't know, the reason why you go and see your friends rather than, like, having these, like, decorum questions of just, like, I'm trying to, like, throw the perfect party, I'm trying to check the boxes, I'm trying to be the best host. Like,
it's the worst. It's the worst to feel like that. I think also one person coming over can be a party. You coming over is so refreshing. You know what I mean? Like to like, it's like we have a little party and stuff. You know what I mean? And
a one woman party.
Even like it was just you, or like if we're all watching Drag Race and stuff. But and so for that kind of stuff, again, Toby's good for that stuff. And just, I think, frivolity, having a good time, and not expecting don't expect to have 17 people. You know what I mean? Like be like one person can be a party too. Let's have that party.
Yeah, I love that.
Me too.
I really, I feel like the party is in the eye of the beholder, and it is really fun to have a big ridiculous party. Also, I have a lot of feelings about dance playlists. We can talk about that at another time. And I have lots of examples of party things that I did that have gone horribly wrong, which are hilarious. Basically, don't make brownies and not try them before you give them to everybody. And we are talking about special brownies.
Yeah.
Anyway, you're learning things here.
I mean, I'm learning things, so you must be.
And I think that it's just, I don't know, people get so caught up in just, like, is my house clean enough? Is my house nice enough? Like,
the minutia.
Yeah, and, like, just all the things that, like, they just feel like their friends will judge them on. And the thing is like, that is a part of society, but that's a part of society that should be, like, cut out like a cancer, in my opinion. Like, just, like, people should do what brings them joy and like. But
also, like, you can, this is odd to say, but you can judge your friends on things like that and still hang out with them. You know what I mean? Like you can know it's
no one will ever take our judgments away from us.
But Chris. I know, but like it, you know, if you're like oh, that, you know, Chris and Toby do not keep their tub clean, it doesn't affect your friendship with them. You know what I mean? So like the minutia is not as important as you think it is for a party like that. I agree.
I just really I think it's just important to honor what makes you happy and cultivate an environment that is, like, cozy and fun.
Yes.
And don't, I mean, I think it's just very important not to close yourself off too much, and to make sure, especially as the part of the question that wasn't addressed, which don't really have time to get into because it's a bigger thing, because I have a lot to say about everything, because that's what I bring to friendship.
Me too.
But the parent isolation is so wild, and they're just the way that we do it in America, where it's so isolated and people are just having to do everything themselves, and everything costs $1 million, and you have nothing to give. And I have just now that my daughter's 3, and we are pretty sure she's going to be an only, I've been having a little bit of this, and I've also having a midlife crisis, so they've dovetailed nicely, with her being a little older, and I'm just going to shows again, and I'm doing this, and I'm having fun.
Yay.
And just getting back to yourself is so
it is so important
because
it's social interaction, again, social interaction, even though it's doesn't seem fun on paper after a while, you know what I mean? You're ew. Going to the what? Throwing a party? Ew! But it's
of course
just
people are different.
It's just important to talk to people on a real level and all that kind of stuff. I think social interaction, and also it's hard to cultivate friendships as adults.
Very hard, yes. And that's the thing is I think both of us were lucky enough to have different experiences, whether it was college, whether it was work, whatever, just luck. Just we're able to we've collected people who are really special to us from all parts of our lives, and for me that's always been sort of I don't know, I'm not super achievement oriented, I'm not super, I that's what's important to me. It's just having people that I enjoy, and that's the thing that I feel oh, maybe that's the part of life, just that is
the connection of it.
Yeah, maybe the meaning of life is, I think, what I was trying to say, but it's I didn't want to say it quite like that, but I just feel to me, that is where I find the most value. And so, obviously, but I've also had tons of time where I've just, been in a stress coma and isolated. But I feel it's very, it's just very important to make sure that you don't just let that part of yourself die because it's too hard to keep alive, or think that somehow it's too late. The idea that anything is too late is insane.
Yeah. No, it is. It is.
Yeah, I think that I saw a quote that I really liked that I'm going to completely bastardize now, that there's no way to you can't waste time, you can only waste a life, something along the lines of just you it. Well, that sounds wrong. I did the wrong. Oh, that's horrible. I did a bad job, everybody. No, cut that out.
No, it's funny.
I think it's just.
I know. I get what you're trying to say. I get it.
And I know we're already super over the time.
Almost.
Do you have anything that you're upright or uptight about, my friend?
I was trying to think about I think to me what I don't know if I even have an uptight. I mean, I need my schedule to work in a certain way that it's not at the moment coming up. Mm-hmm. But right now, I feel pretty good, and my upright and fancy is this.
Oh,
I think I'm super excited about it, and I'm excited about we have the Misfits and Katya and Whitney.
We have them highlighted in such a lovely way.
They're highlighted in this lovely way. We have Senor Zebras a lot up here. And I don't know, it's just that this has been really revelatory and amazing and fun to me. So that's my upright and fancy.
I was trying to find the real quote. I will post it on the socials because someone cares. It was very nice and reassuring. I'd like other people to read it and not just hear me talking about wasting time. It's just...
No, I get it.
It's a very... I don't know. I think that the midlife crisis I have many complex thoughts about it, and I feel like making the most of it. There is something that as an ADD procrastinator, probably neurodivergent, who the fuck knows, kind of person, I think that it's just it's very hard to, I don't know, it's very hard to be, sorry, I got distracted by that.
No, I'm sorry. No,
I'm sorry. I know you have editing magic. Basically, Okay, the thing that I was going to say. This is very lovely.
I got fully distracted as well.
I got fully disengaged from what I was saying. But basically, I think that being ADD, all the things. Oh yes, pushing things to the last minute is kind of that has been a through line in my life, and so like the midlife crisis where it's just the kind of like, okay, but if not now, when? It really is kind of like, if you're gonna do something fun with your friends, if you're going to like, if you're, like it really is this sort of crossroads that I think that like it's a needed sort of a pressure, and it feels like a second adolescence in this way, which is like both terrible but also a little bit fun. Which is like, I don't know, it's very, but I think that people immediately categorize it as something that's like shameful or stupid, but I really think it's just going through it myself now. It's just so important to go find a way back to yourself. You know, and like not saying like who you used to be, but just integrate yourselves and like figure out what makes you happy, and like
I could not agree more. I think that again, just even if it's basic social interaction, you just see people as they as people get older, and as like it's harder to cultivate friendships, as we said, and so to be able to actually sit down with a friend, like my mom calls her neighbor Suzanne every day, and they talk for like an hour every day. Like she expects it every day, you know what I mean? And they just talk on the phone, and she can see her every once in a while. She can like wave at her and stuff from her bedroom. She can see her side. It's so cute though. Like that matters to them in the same way that it matters to us. So I think
all I hope for in life is to be able to be. Is to have a Golden Girls type retirement situation with my best friends, but like at a beach house. That is really like, I would like to retire. I know, who knows where the beach will be at that time.
True.
Also,
be that Iowa beach, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. I'm already buying up that future beachfront real estate in Kansas. But it's very, I don't know. I just want to be at the beach with my friends and be stupid all day. That's really all I want in life.
Well, that's what I'm going to buy for us if and when I win the big lottery.
Yeah,
Full
absolutely.
Circle. Yeah.
Well, we've talked so long, and we hope it was fun for you. I didn't have time to do the tarot cards, but I love all of you. We love all of you, and we've had so much fun. I feel like you should sing us out.
A friend fancy?
Whatever you want to do.
Put your hand in the hole. Put it up in there. Or what was our other advice one?
Oh my God.
Look at me, I do things well. Or what was our song for that?
Something along those lines.
Yeah.
We're good at things.
Yes, look at us. We're good at things.
What
we're not good at is finishing freaking podcasts.
Ever finishing a thought ever.
Yeah.
It's been a week, and we also are just having a great time. I hope that it's fun for you.
Yes.
Because we're here for fun, and we're here for you. And we still have these beautiful, if you're watching on the YouTube, so we have these beautiful lips that are kissing you right now. Yes. I hope you like it. If you don't like it, they're not kissing you. But if you do like it, they're kissing you exactly.
What it means is kiss my ass if you don't like it. Oh, what?
I feel.
Otherwise, we're kissing you. Otherwise, you can kiss our ass. Is what I mean. Like it's pretty dramatic though.
Sure. I mean, I feel like people enjoy it when you ask them to kiss their ass. So it's not necessarily a bad thing, guys.
Cheers to it not being a bad thing. Upright and fancy, y'all.
We love you.
We love you.